and tell me, hey, Ethan, slow down a little bit, or you can drop it in the chat. Okay. So this piece right here is going to be the main, or one half of the main frame for our bow and arrow. And then when you're done with that, you're going to do this one more time. So you're going to have two bundles that look exactly the same. I'm going to do my other bundle with tape because I couldn't find a lot of rubber bands in my house. So whoever suggested that we can do this with tape or zip ties, great idea, because that is exactly what I'm doing. Okay, Charlotte, I see you have yours already. Do you want to hold them up for the camera so everybody can see what you got? Perfect. Oh, you got cool pencils too. Okay, so two bundles. I'll give you guys a little bit more time.
Ethan, Ruth Glazer has a question. She would like to know, is it okay that I don't have is it the same size pencils? Yeah, same size pencils. Is it okay
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Okay, does anybody need more time or is everybody finished with the step?
We're ready to go.
Awesome.
Need more time.
Okay.
This is confusing because how you make a bow and arrow, you need a string that you pull back and then slings. Using rubber bands for that or something like that? Because I don't know what we're using these for.
You are going to see very shortly. Okay, is everyone got theirs? Everyone hold them up so I could see. Okay, it looks like everyone who's on camera has their bundles. So we can move forward. Okay, then you're gonna take one bundle, the other bundle, and put them like this. And using another rubber band, this part's gonna be a little bit tricky. You're gonna secure them. So you're gonna put it like this. And then kind of double it over until it gets tight. And then double it over to the other way. I'm also going to use some tape to secure mine because this is important and you really don't want this to move. So you see we have like a cross here. I'm also going to use a bunch of tape so it'll stay in place. So mine doesn't look the prettiest. There's a bunch of tape on it. but
Ethan,
This is-
Isabella is asking if you can redo it.
yes, I can. So here, let me take my tape off. So if I have my two, actually, I'm gonna do this one just with tape. I think it's gonna be a little bit easier. I'm gonna put them like this and then take some tape and wrap it around so it stays like a cross. The instructions I'm using recommend rubber bands, but actually, now that I'm trying it this way, tape might be a little bit easier.
I used both. I used a very thin one to do that, and I'm gonna use tape to like cover it up and put like a hump.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, you could
Can you
definitely do a
hold
mixture of
it
both.
And I'm gonna do the same with the tape on the other side.
Yeah, so it doesn't need to look pretty. The important part is that it stays. So you don't want it to wiggle around too much.
I did mine all in rubber bands, but I used like a bunch.
Like this?
Oh, that's a lot of rubber bands. Perfect.
Like this?
Yes.
Ethan, before we go forward, there's a bunch of people who have questions, but I want to just and I think we're having trouble raising your hands on your computer. So if you're on your computer, there's a button with a smiley face that says reactions, and you click that, and the hand raise should be in there. Is that correct?
No, that's
No, no, you press
Okay, that's not correct.
participants and then
not.
and then there's a raise hand button.
Okay.
You
Okay.
press
So you click.
participation, and there's this button that says raise hand. And you
Got it. Okay. All right. So everyone knows that. That way we'll be able to know if we have questions. Thanks for correcting me, everybody.
It's amazing all you guys know so much about Zoom because you had to go to school on it. You probably all know more than I do for this.
I'm making my own camp on learning about how to use Zoom.
That's awesome.
I don't learn. I already know how to use Zoom because I have it for all my JCC Zooms and all my camp. Awesome.
Wow.
School was on Zoom last year.
For school, I only had 2 classes a week, and I didn't need them.
Like this, Ethan?
Yes. Wait, can you put a little bit closer to your camera? Perfect. Does it wiggle around a lot?
Not really.
Can
Awesome.
can I say something? It is so confusing that we have 2 Ethans in here because whenever someone's asking Ethan Harris, I'm like, and they say, Ethan, is this correct? I'm like, what? What am I supposed to be doing? And I was like, oh, it's talking to the other Ethan. So I would like if when someone's talking to Ethan Harris, they say, Ethan Harris, is this what I'm supposed to do or something like that?
I'm gonna get some markers.
Because it's so confusing for me.
Yeah, here are some more. These are mine.
Okay. Does everybody have theirs ready?
Not yet.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, you want to take your time and make sure it's really secure. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit more tape to mine because it wiggled a little bit.
Alright, we're gonna deposit. Let's take that. You can keep it like that.
Okay, I see someone new just joined us. Hi, Gavi.
Hi.
So we already started the activity, but if you want to work super fast, I bet you can catch up with us.
I don't think so.
I think we do. Does someone want to fill in Gavi on what we've been doing?
I can do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Right now it looks like a pickaxe.
So what we've been doing is we're making a miniature bow and arrow.
Ooh.
So this is the structure. So what do you have all your supplies? Gavi, do you have all your supplies?
I didn't know what we were doing because I came late, so that's why I don't have supplies.
Okay, so what you need is you need 4 pencils. 4 pencils.
Okay, my mom's getting those.
You need 1 roll of tape. You also need lots of rubber bands.
And then also,
And then you're gonna also need scissors, chopsticks.
And chopsticks? Okay.
Chopsticks are skewers.
Okay.
You've taken
Wooden
all my paper.
sticks. Wooden.
Wooden what?
Wooden chopsticks.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that means.
One sec.
okay.
I'm just gonna wait so then I could finish.
Okay, so Gavi just went off camera. So for everyone else, I'm gonna give you the next set of instructions because this part's gonna be a little bit tricky.
Okay, she came back on.
Oh, okay.
One second.
So-
Mom has to find a roll of tape because he said I took all the rolls of tape.
Okay. Well, do you have rubber bands?
I do not have rubber bands yet. I only have the pencils.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you really quickly what you're gonna do, and then once you get the materials, you can do it. Okay.
Okay.
So you're gonna take 2 pencils. I have mechanical pencils, but it really doesn't matter. And you're going to either use rubber bands to connect them, like this, or you can use tape to just wrap around and make sure they're tight. You're gonna do that 2 times, so you have 2 bundles of 2, and then you're gonna put them like this to make a cross, and using tape and or rubber bands, you're gonna connect them. So you get something like this. Okay, I know I went through that really, really fast. So do you have any questions? I'm going to take that as a no. Okay, if you do have questions, feel free to just send me your.
Wait.
Oh.
My mom wants to know if we need flat or round chopsticks.
Oh, any chopsticks is fine, and you really only
Any
need 1.
chopsticks. You only need 1 chopstick.
When it's done, it'll look something like this. So it's gonna look weird, but as you can see, the rubber bands are on both sides. They have to be on both sides, top and the bottom. And so once you have that, it will look, and you need a tiny bit sticking up. So once it's done, it will look kind of like an awkward human made out of pencils, rubber bands, and then once you make this, we'll go.
I don't get what the chopsticks are needed for though.
You will
It's
see
the next step.
Yes.
The next step. We're making a bow and arrow.
Actually, more like it's gonna be a crossbow rather than a bow and arrow.
Actually, I used a bow and arrow before. A real
Okay.
one.
So we're gonna go on to the next step right now.
Okay.
Stands for a crossbow.
So-
bow and arrow.
If everyone can take a pen, and you're going to take it apart. This might be a little bit tricky depending on what type of pen you have.
One sec.
I can do it. I just have to unscrew the top.
Yeah, so what you want is just the like a hollow barrel part.
Like this?
Yes. And
I took the pen part out.
yeah, you want to take all like the pen guts out.
Ew! Are we doing surgery?
Yes, you are all doing surgery on a pen. And what you want to make sure of is that your skewer or your chopstick will go through.
Hold on, we're taking the pens apart.
Yeah, if you have one of the like the cheap like Bic pens, those are probably the best. I couldn't find one last night, so it took me like a long time to take this one apart. It ended up me just snapping it in half. But I got this.
What are we doing?
My chopsticks doesn't fit in it. See, it doesn't go full way. It only makes it around
Wait,
here.
we're breaking the pen
Yep.
in half?
Well, no. I mean, I would just take off the ends because that's probably easier. If your chopstick doesn't fit through, awesome. If your chopstick doesn't fit through cleanly, what you can also use is the inside of the pen. I don't know where I put mine, but that will also work fine.
This
Stick
Yeah.
can go in the pen. It goes through.
I got it like this. This is how it's supposed to, with the tip on the other side.
I'm sorry, I see someone asking me a question, but I can't see who.
Are you able to repeat the pen instructions?
Yeah, definitely. So you're gonna take a pen
Yeah.
and take it apart. So I'll show you with a mechanical pencil. Actually, I won't because these come apart differently. But if you remove the ends off of a pen, you might need to get a parent to help you with this. So you're left with just a.
Does not fit in the pen.
So do you still have the inside of the pen?
Yep.
Does that
Can you
fit?
show me the first instructions? I forgot how to do the first instructions.
How to take apart the pen or how to make
No. How to make the boner. Basically,
Oh,
how
okay.
the pencil stuff.
I
So you're gonna
can do it. I can do it.
Okay, Ethan, yeah, go ahead. You can show her.
Okay. So, like I said, so you need. So, do you have your 4 pencils?
Yes.
Do you have lots of rubber bands?
Yes.
Do you have a tape roll?
Yes.
Okay. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take two pencils and put them like this, like how my fingers are, right next to each other. Then you're gonna take a rubber band, wrap it around on the top until it's very tight. And it looks like this.
Okay.
Then you're gonna get another one and wrap it on the bottom to make it look like this.
Okay.
And after that, you're gonna take your other 2 pencils and you're gonna do the same exact thing. Then, after that, you put them into a shape that looks like this. It's like a T with a tiny bit sticking out. And you're gonna wrap a rubber band. This is very hard to do. You're gonna wrap the rubber band around till it's tight. And if you want to be extra secure, you can add tape like I did, or how Ethan Harris showed you what he did. And then once you're done, it will look something like this, like Pencil Man.
Ethan, I have a question from Charlotte. She's wondering if do we take the ink part out?
Yes, take the ink part out. Actually, Aaron, Aaron, you still on the call?
Huh.
Yep, I'm here.
Can you do me a big favor and can you just write instructions in the chat so people can go back and see?
Is it like this?
Okay.
Can you hold it up closer to your camera? Yes. Oh, perfect, perfect. And then make sure your stick or your skewer or your chopstick will fit through it. Like that. And if it doesn't, take the inside of the pen you use.
Wait, should it be going down all the way?
Yeah, you want it to go cleanly through. Zachary, you're on mute.
Mine is too tall, so I just cut the extra chopstick because mine goes above the it's too
Yeah,
big.
you can do that. Be very careful. But yeah, you could try breaking your chopstick.
Mine fits right through it.
That's perfect. Okay.
Which part are we doing? How? We're making a crossbow, not a bow and arrow.
Okay. Also, quick thing, if you're not like saying something to the group, can you put yourself on mute? Or Aaron, can you do that? Thank you. And then when you want to say something, just unmute yourself because otherwise we hear like all the background noise and it's kind of difficult. So, yeah, what were you saying, Ruth? Or someone? Yeah, Ruth.
What do you do if your chopstick doesn't fit in your pen? Because I've tried 2 pens.
You try 2 pens. Is there a skinny part of your chopstick?
Yes, kind of.
Do you think you could break off the fat part so you only have a skinny part?
Okay. Let's try.
And does it fit through now?
Hold on.
Ethan Harris.
Yes.
My skinny part is only this tiny piece, and it only fits in here, and I don't know what to do.
Okay. Well, can you show me on the camera?
Is it like this?
It doesn't fit. This is the only bit that can go in.
Oh yeah, that was the question I had last. I was saying you might be able to cut the extras out.
Okay. So another thing you can do, if your chopstick is too big, you can take the inside of the pen. Let me see if I have.
So like this piece. So like this piece.
Okay, wait. Let me switch to. Yes,
Harris?
yes, like that piece, Ethan.
Ethan Harris.
Yes.
How long should I have it until I break it? Because I don't want to have it too short and I don't want to have it be too long.
You know what?
So I guess you should like just put the scissors there and then get like a little line or draw a little line there and then you can rip it or like snap it, like break it.
So actually, now that I think about it, you can technically make this without, like, even if it doesn't fit and you just won't have, like, it'll be a lot more difficult to aim. So if you have something that fits through it, this is the wrong piece, it's perfect. But if not, I think you'll be able to get by. So no one needs to worry. Your thing will still work. It'll just be a little bit tough to get it where you want it to go.
But I have this piece and I could slide it through. But do I put the tip in first, or do I put the back like how a pen's made?
So I can't really see what you're doing so well,
Okay.
but what you want to happen is you want it to be when you launch your thing, you want it to be able to fly through.
Oh, because mine has the pen tip at the end, so I have no way for it to be able.
Oh, so Ethan, can you take off that back end of the pen?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, see if you can do that. And if not,
I can't.
don't worry, we'll be fine.
I could try to use my scissors because
Okay,
I have
just
these metal grown-up scissors that my mom.
okay, just be very careful.
Allows me to use.
So Ethan, I just stick my chopstick right in the pen.
Yes.
Ethan
But
here.
it's not gonna stay. It will come out.
No, you don't want it to stay. You want it to be able to go through.
Ethan Harris.
Yes.
Is the chopstick meant to be through the bottom part of the pen or the top?
You want it to go through the whole part.
The whole
you-
pen?
So like, okay,
Like I can get it through the whole part on the bottom of the pen, but not the whole part on the top.
well, did you take off the tip of the pen?
Wait, does this have something to
took off
do with
the
this?
The tip of the pen is right here. I took off the tip of the pen.
Something to do with this? Because I don't really understand.
Don't worry, you will. Okay, so if you have, okay, so we're gonna move on to the next step. If you have the empty pen casing that something flies through cleanly, you can use that. If you don't worry, your thing will work just fine without it. By a show of hands, how many people are gonna use the pen casing?
Me.
Okay, so
But
I'm gonna.
this isn't working. I can't seem to do anything with it.
Okay, that's fine. You don't need it. So I'm gonna show you how to do it with that part and without that part because it'll work both ways.
We've been on the chopsticks for a long time.
I know. So we're gonna move on. To the next step.
Wait, but what is this for? The chopsticks and the pen.
So the chopstick is what you're gonna be shooting out of the crossbow.
Oh.
Okay.
The arrow.
So, but very important. If you're using a skewer like I am,
Go through all the way.
that's fine. You don't need to use the pen casing. We can skip that step if it doesn't work for you, and your thing will work just fine. So if you have a skewer like mine, there's a little bit of a pointy end. I'm just gonna go ahead and break that off. You can use scissors. Mine was pretty thin, so I could just use my hands. So you want just like a blunt, dull end. And then if you have a chopstick, it's already pretty blunt. What we're gonna do is take a bunch of tape and put it on the end. Just wrap it a bunch. You want like kind of a ball of tape. And what this is for,
I can do this. I can combine this to the bottom of my thing or the top because what I just tried and I put the pen piece in it and then I pressed the button thing at the end and my thing flew out.
okay, that's pretty clever. I was gonna teach it another way, but after this, that would be a cool thing to try. Okay, so everyone take their either the skewer or their chopstick and just wrap a bunch of tape at the end. You want a big ball of tape. And we're doing this because even though we're making this out of office supplies, you don't want to hurt anybody. So if like it misfires or something goes wrong and it ends up like hitting someone in the leg, you don't want it to hurt them. So I have a ball of tape here.
So
Or you
wait,
can use cotton
are
balls.
we using the second chopstick or is it the first chopstick?
No, this is still the first chopstick. We're only using one
Okay.
chopstick.
All right,
And
then
you
I'm
kind of want like a lollipop of tape.
that. I
You
think
could
I'm
even
gonna make
put-
a second
That
arrow because I
sounds
have two
gross to
chopsticks.
eat. That sounds gross to eat.
Yes, I would not recommend eating
Yeah,
this.
Ethan Leader, I would definitely wouldn't eat that.
Yes.
Probably wouldn't taste good. And like big points to whoever has like the biggest amount of tape on the end is gonna be it'll work
Yeah,
better.
I would use a lot more than this. I'm not gonna go crazy right now because my family needs this tape.
Yeah, but you could use cotton balls too. One cotton ball.
Levi, that's a really good idea.
Yeah, and then just
then
tape
put all the
cotton
tape
ball
around it.
on. Yeah, that would also work perfectly.
So mine has something in that is blocking it from going through.
Yeah, Zachary, if you don't really need to use the pen casing, only if it works. If it doesn't work, just forget about it and you can make yours without it.
Oh, so you just wrap tape around this?
Yeah, make sure you don't want anything pointy.
And Harris,
I made a paper bow and arrow at school one time.
what's
For a
this?
project.
Awesome.
What's this ready?
Oh my God.
It works.
Okay, I want to see everyone hold up their not tasty paper, not tasty tape and skewer lollipop.
Ugh. Still
Yes.
gross.
Took normal tape, so I put a scrunchie on there.
Scrunchie works perfectly. I don't have any,
Caleb.
but if you
It's good.
Caleb, I would add a lot more tape.
yeah, Caleb, you want like a whole big ball of tape at the end,
Okay.
Or a cotton ball.
Yeah.
or a
And
cotton
then
ball.
take the cotton ball and tape over the cotton ball.
Does this look good?
Gabi, that's pretty close. I would add a little more tape. So it's like a
Yeah,
ball.
Okay.
a little more.
This is the only tape my mom thinks we
It's
have,
perfect.
so-
Just keep on wrapping it.
Okay.
Okay. Looks like everyone's finishing up with that step.
We're not ready with the tape part yet.
Okay, I'll give you a minute.
Me either.
Is this good?
Ethan, I would add a little bit more so it's like a ball. Okay.
Mine doesn't seem to shoot out very well. I mean, it doesn't come out of the.
Zachary, I think you're getting a little too far ahead. I would add a lot more tape to the end of yours first.
All right. How does this look now?
Let's see.
Is this good enough?
Yeah, Caleb, that's a lot better. You can keep on wrapping it, but that's much better.
Okay.
How does this look?
Yeah, Gabi, that's almost there. I would add just a little bit more.
Bye.
Isabel, how's yours? Isabella, I would add a lot more tape for Isabella.
Is this good? Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Isabella. Ethan, can you show that again? I would put double the tape, Ethan, leader.
I've put like a lot of tape.
Oh, I would just do a
Even
little
more.
bit more.
And make sure you get a bunch at the end, because if it hits something, you don't want it to be pointy and hurt anyone.
Or like if it goes a different way than you wanted, it hits something very fragile. You don't want it to like crack the screen of your phone.
Exactly. Actually, this would be a good time to mention, I would only use these outside, and make sure you're never pointing them at a person or an animal. Or,
Wait.
yeah,
How is the crossbow gonna work?
you're gonna see in the next step.
Okay.
Is this good now? I just added a tiny bit more.
Yeah, that looks better.
Is this
Yeah,
good?
it's good.
Is this good?
Yeah, nice
Yeah.
work.
Nice. Okay. So looks like everyone's finishing up with that step. So we're gonna move on to the next step. You're gonna take.
Is this good?
Yep, looks good. So you're gonna take 2 rubber bands, and you're gonna put one of them on. You're gonna like hang one of them here, and hang one of them.
So this,
Actually, I take that back. I'm gonna put mine between the 2 pencils, so it
Are we
kind of
able to-
sticks together, and it'll hold it in place. Okay, did everybody see that?
I have a question.
Yes.
Are we able to use tape for this or no?
You could. I'm just like kind of. I found like a place where I can like jam mine in between the two pencils. But yeah, you could use tape for this too.
How would I use tape for it?
Just like, I'm not really sure, but you just want it to stick as long as it'll like be stuck right here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, where I'm gonna stick my rubber band between my two pencils.
I did what you said we should do, and for this step, and so I have this like iron piece, which makes it have more tension. So then I can
Perfect.
do this.
Okay, you could do that.
It literally flies.
I'm actually gonna use a little bit of tape to secure mine too, because I don't want it to go anywhere. It's a little bit loose on one side. I want it to be super strong on both sides. Okay. All right, Caleb, I see you got yours about halfway done. Really nice. So I'll hold mine up so you can see what it looks like when you're done with this step.
Does this look?
I'm using rubber bands to like.
Does this look good?
Wait, who just asked that? Sorry, I had a scroll.
Gavi.
Show Dad.
Oh my.
Yes, Gavi, that's looking fantastic.
Which
Okay.
is this gonna? Is this gonna?
I see Levi has his looking pretty good. Vivian, I can see half of yours in your screen. Now I can see the full one of yours in your screen. Looks pretty good. Okay, I'll give you guys another minute or so to finish up this step.
Is this good? I have one on this side and one on that side.
Looks pretty good.
So.
And then if you're still working on that step, that's okay. But I'm just gonna show you what happens right next. So you're gonna take a little bit of tape.
What's up?
And you're gonna take your two rubber bands. Oh, awesome. Okay, can everybody see this on my screen?
Yeah.
And you're gonna take your two rubber bands, kind of pinch them together like this. And you're gonna tape them together.
So we're taping the two rubber bands that we just put on together?
Yeah. And mine will be done in a second so you can see exactly what it's supposed to look like.
We
So,
don't have any more rubber bands.
That's all. We used all of the ones that we're gonna need.
No, like we don't have enough to put on the last two.
Wait. Which ones are you missing?
The last two rubber bands that you just put on.
Okay. Do you think you could find any more in your house? Or what you could do is you could take off the rubber bands from the ends and use tape instead. And then you could use those rubber bands for these ones.
We use tape on the end. We use tape on the end. We can't put on.
Okay, so do you not have any rubber bands?
Not that we can find.
Okay, do you want to maybe ask your parents if they could find any for you really quickly?
They're both on the phone.
Both on the phone? Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'll have Aaron send out the instructions afterwards, after we're done. So later, when you get rubber bands, you can make the project again. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Got it.
So if
Ow, that hurt me.
Aaron, can you mute whoever has background noise? Or thank you, Gabi. So okay, now we're almost to the final step. For people who don't have a, for people who aren't going to use the pen part, then it's pretty much finished. You can. It's a little bit difficult, but you can take. You could put your. Wait, I forgot to break mine. This is way too long. You can take it and use it. Wait, sorry, I need to add a bit more tape to mine.
Is it like this? I put the rubber band straight in the middle.
Wait, did you tape the rubber bands to your? You want the rubber bands free? I can't really see if yours move or not.
So what are we supposed to be doing? Because
You see how mine, like, I can
oh,
pull
so
it back?
it's like a slingshot, a crossbow slingshot.
Exactly.
I made mine. My mom's getting my keys. So I did it onto a chair, but like I got it.
Nice. So then if you don't have a pen casing that you're going to use, you can use it just like this. And like that. Okay, well, you can see, but that just went everywhere, and I just broke my...
Rubber bands hurt.
Yeah. So you can use it just like this, and then pull it back and use it as a crossbow like that. But for people who have this part, you can tape it on. Right here. So let me get some tape.
I got it here. This is mine.
Ethan, how do you slingshot it?
So you'll see in a minute. So you see how I have my pen casing here? I'm gonna add some tape so it doesn't go anywhere. So you can load it like this, just drop it right in here. And again, if you're not using a pen casing, it works perfectly fine.
I don't get it. I don't get how I know that we have to attach the pen holder in this to it to the thing that we made. But what is the slingshot thing for? Do we combine the slingshot thing to our pen to what we're gonna shoot the thing with?
So okay, look at my screen. So I have my thing I'm shooting. It goes right down inside of the pen casing. Then I'm going to take the rubber band thing and then drop everything. Now I'm gonna put it back in. It's very hard to show this on camera. I'm gonna drop it in, and then I'm gonna take back your rubber band thing, and then pull it back, and you can shoot it just like a
now I get it. Okay.
And then, Aaron, do you think we can email out the instructions or have them available upon request for people who want to go
Yeah,
back?
I would say if someone were to email me, I could bring them out. And then also, and then next Craft Thursday next week, if someone comes back and they want to like finish making this, we can make that like maybe we could build in some time into next Thursday to finish.
Yeah, I picked kind of a tough project.
But you made it most of the way through.
Yeah.
If not all.
So yeah, so if you want the instructions, have your parents email Aaron because I gave him the full instructions. And again, just be very careful with this. Only shoot it outside, never at people or animals. Make sure you have a big ball of tape at the end. Mine fell off, but I can put it back on. Aaron, we end at 10:30, right?
Yeah, if we